You can work anywhere. Those were the words out of Valerie's mouth this morning in the fitness room here where I live in Santa Rosa, California. Valerie's a gal that I met here where I live, and she, like myself, goes down to the fitness room every morning to exercise. And her comment on "you can work anywhere" was in response to my telling her that I'm about to take another trip and that I just came back from a trip. So hello again, I guess as the saying goes. It's been a couple weeks since I posted any videos, and coming back from Australia. You know, I when I was over in Australia and New Zealand, coming back, I was thinking that I would continue to post videos. You know, just about this or that, et cetera, et cetera. But I decided to take a break. My life here in Santa Rosa is pretty damn boring, to be quite honest with you. It's, very routine. Wake up in the morning, exercise, have breakfast, read the paper, work, uh, jacuzzi, have dinner, go to bed. That's about it. But anyway, so these last 2 weeks, I've been reacclimating myself to life in America. And as I've told several people, although I may be here physically, mentally I'm still down under. My mind is down there in Bondi Beach or or Manly Beach or any of those other wonderful places down around Sydney or New Zealand for that matter. But anyway, I've had 2 weeks to reflect on my trip, and I got to tell you, I'm still pinching myself when I think about everything that I did on that trip, everyone I met, every place I saw. 4 months. I mean, what an absolutely incredible experience. And sometimes I'll pull up my smartphone and I'll start flipping through my playlist, tomdownunder.com, and see 120, 130 videos or something like that. The Great Barrier Reef in just 1 month has had like 1,300 visits or views, I should say. And that's telling me that it's doing really well with search engine optimization. Anyway, so that trip was really something else. I found myself thinking in anticipation of this trip. Um, one of the things you think about a lot when you're going to take a trip such as I did to Australia is that your health considerations. As you start to get older, that becomes more and more, an issue that's in the forefront of your mind is your health. And during my trip down there, as those of you that follow me along, you never would have known it, but I was dealing with two health issues well, if you include the broken heart, three health issues. But dealing with two health issues, and all the way from basically from about the time I was in Melbourne all the way to the time I landed back home, it's been something that they've been something that have been of somewhat of a concern to me, and I've addressed them, and so we'll see. But anyway, so the new trip that I'm taking is it's kind of an interesting trip. I've never packed so light for a trip, and there's never been so much uncertainty about where I'm going. I have some idea as to where I'm going, but as far as when I'll be back, there's a lot of uncertainty about that. I've kind of shut down my house, and I'm not going to rent it out this particular trip. And I get on a plane here shortly. My good friend Roman, he's taking me down to the airport. I get on a plane and I fly into Chicago, and I'll be in Chicago for the weekend. And the main event of the weekend is going to be the wedding of my brother. And my brother Brian's getting married at at a really nice hotel down in Chicago. But other than that, I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity and see some of Chicago. I've never been there, but I've heard so much about it. And they have this new event opening up, or this new attraction opening up called Tilt. And it's in the John Hancock building. It's one of the highest, if not the highest buildings in the world or something. And they actually have this platform or these windows that tilt out at about a 30-degree angle from way up high. So I'm hoping and praying that I'm going to get tickets for that. And then I've got to do some business. I've got clients in Chicago. But so anyway, it's going to be an interesting weekend. I'm also going to see some family. I'll get to see my mom and dad again. So that's going to be, one of the definite highlights of the weekend is seeing both my mom and dad, maybe even getting a picture with the two of them. But anyway, and then Sunday it's out of Chicago over to Omaha, Nebraska, of all places, and that's where I have a client. And I'm taking my 86-year-old dad with me, and he is going to be he'll be the star. It's a company that my biggest client is Certified Transmission, owned by a guy named Peter Fink, and an incredible company. They've got a factory of 400 workers, and it's just impressive. I mean, you just walk in that door and you're impressed before you even get your second foot in the door. So my dad is a mechanical engineer, and I know that he is going to just be really, really thrilled walking around the factory floor, and I'm sure they're going to love seeing him walking around. He's going to be all done in his certified transmission hat that I got him, and his certified transmission shirt, and his jacket probably. He's quite the proud father. But anyway, so then from there it's where I've got to take Dad home. So we're gonna drive from Omaha after about a week. I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. We're gonna drive back to Omaha, or back to I'm taking him home to Cleveland, and I'm gonna stay in Cleveland maybe as little as a day or two, or maybe as long as a week, before flying down to the Tampa Bay area in Fort Myers, where I'm going to visit my brother back down in Tampa Bay, and then I'm looking at buying a house in Fort Myers, real nice area called Paseo, P-A-S-E-O. If you want to Google that, just Google Paseo, P-A-S-E-O, in Fort Myers, and you'll see the place. It's just really, really a beautiful complex. So don't know if I'm ready to move into a subtropical climate, but who knows? I can always travel if it gets too muggy. But anyway, so that takes me right through the end of that itinerary. There takes me right through the end of May, and then it's really a coin toss insofar as which way I want to go and what I want to do, because I have 4 tickets, international tickets, from my miles on 4 different airlines, plus an $800 voucher from United for getting bumped to Maui. So I keep toying with the idea of going over to Europe and landing in Paris, and going up and seeing the beaches in Normandy. Lisbon, Portugal is another place that I want to see, along with Seville. And then there's, of course, Budapest. To walk the Duna again is something else. And I just got an email from somebody in the Budapest Philharmonic Orchestra that saw my video and said that they'd score me a good ticket if I'm back in Budapest. And then there's the invitation to Wawel Castle up in Krakow. And so if you go to Budapest, got to go to Krakow. But anyway, so those are the possibilities, and I don't know necessarily if I'm going to want to head over to Europe, or the other possibility is to head back here to California and throw some camping gear in my car and head north and go up and see British Columbia, Victoria, Vancouver, and Banff. Those are some areas that I definitely want to see. But anyway, in the back of my mind, regardless of whether I go to Europe or go north to British Columbia, in the back of my mind is Bondi Beach. Every time I say that, every time I hear the word Bondi Beach, I think of Amber and I standing on the shore with the wind blowing through and her saying Bondi Beach. But anyway, so as I said, my body may be here, but my mind is over there, or down there, I should say. Doesn't matter, Australia or New Zealand. Both are really great places. And for the first time in 20 some years, I don't feel an attachment as I have in the past to this area, this part of the world, Northern California. I love it. It's gorgeous. Weather is fantastic. I've got a nice home, but don't really have an attachment. Uh-oh, my phone's ringing. So with that, I'm going to get the phone and I'll talk to you later. So talk to you in Chicago, I think it is. Take care.